You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. To me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of What It Feels Like. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Oh boy. I kneel down, clutching the helmet like it's the last piece of evidence I have of Baxter's existence with me. I tell myself over and over that this time I'm right. I'm right, and Baxter will thank me one day when he's moved on and found real love. Even though my heart feels like it's shattered into pieces, even though I feel like I can't breathe from the pain, I'm right. I'm right, and I know I'm right. But the stupid, insignificant thought that I'll never be able to use the helmet that so tightly held my arms, somehow, that thought alone hurts more than anything I've ever felt in my life. So this is what a heartbreak feels like. The sun beats down mercilessly on the patio of the cafe, so much so that even the umbrellas that act as parasols for shade are only kind of doing their job. People seem to be dressing more appropriately for the weather lately. Winter is officially coming to an end, it seems. I should be ecstatic. As unspecial as I think the beach is, it's still fun to spend a day at the shore, sunbathing and eating cold sandwiches. But right now, it doesn't bring me any joy. Nothing really does these days anyway. It's been a few days since I've last seen or heard from Baxter. I was always expecting this part to be hard. Getting attached to Baxter was an inevitability even God couldn't stop, and so too was our separation. It was bound to hurt, right from the moment he laid eyes on me. So I was expecting it. The pain, the heartache. I knew it'd suck, but I also knew I had to be done. I just never knew it would hurt this much, because I thought I knew what it felt like. After all, I'd been rejected by Jacob countless times, and that always felt like heartbreak to me. I figured this would be similar to that. Mild disappointment and sadness for a few days, then back to my regular old self. But it's Tuesday, 4 whole days since our breakup, and the urge to jump onto oncoming traffic hasn't gone down the slightest. I'm kidding. Kind of. It's complicated, but it seems like nothing is simple when it comes to Baxter. Mylo. Case in point. Dahlia. Hi. She gives me an awkward smile and sits in the chair in front of me, apparently very invested in the design of the table considering how hard she's staring at it. As hard as this is for me, I have to talk to her. From what I've heard from Lizzie, Dahlia hasn't made her move on Baxter at all since we've broken up. As much as I don't want to talk to her, this is the last step in completing the plan. Because if they don't end up together, then what was all this for? Thanks for, coming to see me. Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. She blurts the words out, maybe a little too loud, taking me aback for a moment. I know why you called me here. I mean, I heard that you and Baxter... I swallow hard. And I think I know it's because of me. And I just wanted to say I'm so sorry. And I can explain everything if you need me to. Everything? Yeah, everything. Then start from the beginning. Please. She nods, and after a beat, she lets out a heavy sigh and starts to talk. So, Baxter and I had a complicated relationship right from the start. We met at a party, sophomore year. I was still kind of struggling to make new friends around that time, and I was just getting out of a pretty bad relationship. Baxter was sweet to me. I mean, he always has been. I liked his company. He made me feel wanted, unlike the last guy. I don't want to make you pity me or anything. That's like the last thing I want to do, but that relationship was a big reason why I just couldn't bring myself to trust him. I'm sure he's told you how back and forth we were when it came to where we stood. He said he wanted us to be a real couple, but I was scared that it would end up like the last one. So I guess I did string him along for a while. I liked hanging out with him and felt happy when he'd treat me like I really was his girlfriend. Then he found you. It was fine, at first. Things didn't really change much between us. He kept calling me, we kept hanging out. Even though you two were together, it didn't seem like it was that serious. It didn't seem like it would last, I guess. She says this almost apologetically. Like she's embarrassed to admit that this was what she thought at the time. But somewhere along the lines, something changed. He stopped texting me as often as he used to, and he never came over anymore, I think. I think maybe that's around the time you and him started getting serious. I'm not stupid, Mylo. I know that you and Baxter didn't start dating for no reason. You two hadn't even properly met before you became a couple. So I knew there was something more going on, but, well, like I said, I didn't think it'd last. But it did. And it did more than that. Baxter was changing. I think you changed him, Mylo. About what happened on Friday. She sucks in a breath and nods, as if she was dreading getting to this part, but continues anyway. Right. Friday. I won't lie to you, Mylo, I was getting desperate. I never considered myself the type of girl to steal someone else's boyfriend from them, but, well, apparently I am. That day I made up my mind. I had to tell him how I felt. How every day made me miss him more and more, and I didn't know why or how to stop that feeling. So I told him, and I had hoped he felt the same way. I made him choose between you and me, and I'm so sorry for that, Mylo. I took advantage of our situation. I didn't consider your feelings at all. The anger I had for Dahlia starts to slowly ooze out of me, but I don't let my face show it. Maybe she and I aren't different. Yeah, well, whatever. It's fine. He ended up choosing you anyway, right? So all's well that ends well. What? What do you mean, what? He kissed you. He told you? I saw it, Dahlia. Her cheeks flush deeply, and another apologetic look morphs onto her face as she shrinks into her chair. Oh, God, I thought Baxter just told you about it. But wait, didn't he explain things to you then? What is there to explain? You asked him who he would choose, and he kissed you. How much clearer could it get? So he didn't. I start to get increasingly more irritated, as if there's some secret that I'm apparently not aware of. What does it matter if he explained himself or not? I saw everything with my own 2 eyes. There's a bit more to it than just a kiss, Mylo. I mean, I don't blame you. If my boyfriend kissed someone else, I'd be pretty pissed, and rightfully so. But you want to know what happened after that? He asked me, did you feel anything? What? Yeah, I was confused too. Just, what did he mean by that? I mean, sure, the kiss felt nice, but did I feel anything? Well, all in all, whether I did or not didn't really matter. I think Baxter had already made up his mind by then. That he didn't feel anything at all. I can't tell you exactly why he had to kiss me to figure that out. Baxter may be an honest guy, but the inner machinations of his mind is something I can only dream of figuring out for myself. But he wears his heart on his sleeve, and it was clear to me then that his heart was all yours, and not mine. Why should I believe you? I thought you wanted to be with him. What changed? I think he changed, Mylo, and so did I in a way. I guess I realized as quickly as he did that what we had wasn't love. Not really, anyways. Maybe a part of me really does love Baxter, but not the same way he loves you. And certainly not the same way you love him. I don't love him. I put ice behind those words with a cold stare to match, hoping to catch her off guard, make her slip up anything. But there's just that sorry smile, mixed in with a little pity. Listen, I know I may be the villain in your story, but that's completely valid. But for what it's worth, I really truly am sorry for doing what I did. But what Baxter and I had is over now. Maybe if I had trusted him all those months ago, things would be different between us. Well, it doesn't matter now. We lost that chance, and maybe it was for a reason. But you still have that chance, Mylo. That door is still open, and it's up to you whether you want to close it or not. Because if it was up to Baxter, he'd be with you. I promise you that. And if you're worried about having competition, don't be. Because even if I did love Baxter, I don't doubt for a second he'd choose you over me. She stands up, adjusting her purse like she always does, give me another one of her friendly smiles. Just consider that, okay? Hey, Dahlia? Yeah? I think I really hate your guts. Yeah, I think I'd hate my guts too. But I also don't think you're a bad person. I think I'd do the same if I was in your position. Really? It's crazy what we do for love, isn't it? Yeah, it is. She offers me another one of her smiles, and, although only half-heartedly, I return it. Once I go outside, Lizzie is leaning on Wyatt's car, wearing some ridiculously big sunglasses as a disguise so Dolly wouldn't recognize her. Although I told her it was stupid, much to her credit, it seems Dolly really didn't realize it was her. Hey, how'd it go? I give her a nonchalant shrug, glancing away. I don't know. It was weird. Weird how? I just shrug again. I'm just more confused now than I was before meeting up with her. I see. So what's the plan now, Mylo? What is the plan? Dahlia says things are over between her and Baxter, so where does that put me? What were we even fighting for anymore? Hey, come on, let's just drive around for a bit, okay? With mild reluctance, I nod, and we get into Wyatt's car, driving off into the familiar streets of Ashland. The fever I've been feeling since leaving Baxter that night doesn't die down. If anything, it feels like it's only getting worse, the humid weather of spring looming over me with each passing day. The same old stores that have always been in these streets speed past my vision, a monotony I've grown accustomed to. The wasteland of a town as Ashland has never been much of a haven for me, even when I was young. But I guess for some, it's paradise. For a person as optimistic and charming as Baxter, Ashland was something new, something fresh. Kind of like us in a way. That night, I was so sure of myself, that I was right, and that Baxter and I had only convinced ourselves that we had fallen in love with each other. After all, what do we know what love feels like? But the creeping, aching feeling that I wasn't puts a hole in my stomach that I don't think I could ever get filled back up. What if it really was love? What if I was wrong? The sight of Baxter's apartment complex snaps me out of my trance, and turning to look at Lizzie, she turns the engine off and stares me down with a look I don't think I've ever seen directed at me. What's going on? You need to talk to him. Lizzie, is there anyone who knows you better than I do? You could have guys fall for you and say they know you or whatever, but it'll never be better than the way you and I know each other. I know you, and I know you because I love you. And because I love you, I know whatever happens between you and Baxter is killing you inside. Mylo, you need to talk to him. I look out the window again, my heart beating faster at the idea of Baxter's form being right behind that door, maybe even waiting for me. What if he doesn't want to see me? Then you'll know for sure, and you can move on. But either go talk things out with him or walk home alone. So help me God. She's joking, I think. But I'd rather not wait around and find out. With a shaky breath, I get out of the car. I take short, dizzying steps towards the door, my nerves shooting up times 100 with every other step I take. Thoughts of worst-case scenarios play over and over in my mind, and I'm close to just chickening out by the time I reach the steps. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause that right there, and we shall see how this conflict resolves in the next episode. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!